Hi everybody. Oh, that's such a lame intro, but we'll one take. Hey everyone. So TBC is still not announced by Blizzard, but I mean we're expecting it, aren't we? So that's why I've resubbed back to Anniversary, and yeah, I am leveling alts already, prepping for TBC, and I'm streaming sometimes as well as what am I doing right now? Making YouTube content. So we are pre-patch. So during pre-patch, I'm going to be leveling a paladin, maybe 2 paladins. So yeah, during pre-patch, I think I'll be mostly just leveling paladins and streaming. So now is a good time to get onto the TBC bandwagon, I suppose, maybe you could call it that. And yeah, get ready for TBC. And I'm wanting to invest my time, characters, all that stuff, and with that comes a desire to make content as well, whether it be streaming content or like this video YouTube content. So I am very motivated to do that, and I'm also very motivated to get stuck in to TBC, whether it be raiding, raid leading, any kind of like guild administration and all that stuff. I'm very much looking forward to doing lots of WoW related stuff. So yeah, I'm what's the word? Motivated, I think is the best word. So yes, here's some YouTube content. So first of all, if there's any YouTube content that you are looking for, whether it be how to make gold, how to pick the class you want, how to recruit for TBC, dungeon guides, class guides, the changes coming from vanilla to TBC, any of the above, this is a good video to leave those comments so that I can not pivot, but like position my YouTube channel in that direction going forward, and make some good content with those topics in mind. Sorry, I'm just having to try not to die in this Shadow Fan Keep. So where have I been? What have I been doing? I've been running out of mage food. So what have I been doing? Yeah, I was playing on Epoch. I was playing on Ascension. I was playing a few rando private servers, and those have all I've lost interest in them, so I've come back to my focus being TBC. So I've been playing and streaming some Stormforge, which is a TBC private server, and that's good. There's a load of people there who I recognize, and that's a good time. And one of the main people from that server, as like a guild master, is planning to play an Anniversary, and I think that's very exciting to play with someone who I respect and who I think respects me. So that's off to a good start, right? So that's my plan at the moment, to join him and his guild of predominantly private server TBC people. So I think that will be a good home. I'm not entirely sure how hardcore they're going to be going, but it doesn't matter too much, I think. I'm not necessarily looking for any kind of like world firsts or anything of that nature. The most fun I ever had playing WoW has been GDKPs doing Black Temple, and that's kind of like the peak fun for me, I think, playing WoW. So I think I would like to do something similar again, playing lots of different characters, playing my favorite game content ever in WoW, which is basically Black Temple. And yeah, I'd like to kind of recreate that as much as I can. That's kind of like the goal, if you like. So that's why I'm leveling characters now, so I don't have to level them later. I can focus on raiding and more end game stuff than having to, although it doesn't take too long to level characters. But what would be good is just having the flexibility of lots of characters, and also because we're in the pre-patch and also the pre-announcement stage, Blizzard haven't even announced TBC, and I'm wanting to get stuck into TBC. this is a good time to be making content on YouTube, because I have time, I'm not raiding, it makes sense to me. Everyone is expecting TBC soon. I did a Black Temple GDKP on private server 2 days ago, and the stream really looked like they were enjoying it. Sorry, again, I'm really struggling in this dungeon. I'm not doing a very good job. It's getting silence again. Anyway, so yes, I'm very motivated to get back into TBC content, and because we are in the pre-patch, I'm not my pre-patch goals are to level Paladin or Paladins, so I have time now that I'm just leveling with plenty of time to do it before TBC comes. It's a perfect time to be making YouTube content. So if there's any YouTube content that you would like to see from me, please let me know, because if it's interesting and I feel like I have a unique perspective on it, I would definitely like to send my voice out into the void of YouTube and see if anyone wants to hear. So that's kind of like my goal. So to further elaborate on the guild situation, at the moment the guild is called SB Unity. Yeah, so SB Unity, it's very, very small at the moment because most of them are still playing on TBC private server. The private server that we're playing on has Sunwell launching in 8 days. So they're hoping that they can, get Sunwell down and get, a bit bored of Sunwell before TBC comes. And it definitely seems to be that way based on the pacing and no announcement of TBC yet. So there's a load of people with TBC experience. I'm not entirely sure how many of them are wanting to come over from TBC private server onto TBC anniversary, but the guild master, guild leader, raid leader is, and that's the person that I'm most interested in playing with, I think, because he runs lots of pugs and he's doing GDKPs on private server, and he plays a lot, and I kind of want to play a lot as well. I stopped playing anniversary in just before, 2 weeks before Blackwing Lair came. I went back to, I think, playing TBC private server. So yes, I definitely like playing TBC. That much is true. And if you've stuck around for any length of time with my content or my stream or anything, you'll know that yes, TBC is kind of my thing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm motivated for getting into the content creation kind of side of things and exploring all of that. And going back to when I was having my most fun playing TBC Classic, doing GDKPs, I was in one of the best GDKPs out there, and there were so many GDKPs hosted, and some of them would be, the schedule was like 7 a.m. UK time. There'd be a Black Temple GDKP, and then we'd clear it before lunch, break for lunch, and then go again at 1 p.m, have another run, and a load of people in the raid would just log their ults and we'd do it again. And that was kind of peak WoW for me. The fact that, instead of just raiding in the evening once or twice or 3 times a week, you can kind of, 10 times during weekdays raiding Black Temple. That's crazy. If you're doing GDKPs, that's when you can make loads of gold. It's really fun, and with them being performance based GDKPs, if you're able to perform or play like a Moonkin or Shadow Priest, a class that doesn't typically perform, you just get a multiplier or something for playing a class that no one really wants to play. So even that's fun. If you're a skilled Shadow Priest and you're able to be 7th overall damage in a Black Temple clear, and you're getting a huge multiplier or bonus playing a Shadow Priest, you can be the did I not reset? Oops. You can be the most profitable player in the raid. which I think's fun, because it means that everyone's motivated to push really hard and to play their best, and that's really fun. Anyway, so I'm wanting to the guild that I'm joining. The plan is to have 2 raid rosters, and then on top of that, hopefully, the guild master will be making more pugs, and then on top of that, I might be making my own pugs as well, seeing if I can slowly create some sort of I mean, it depends on my life as well, my life situation, see if I have the time and the ability and maybe a few Twitch primes in the process to facilitate being able to do 7 a.m. Raids, because that would be really fun for me, I think. Anything else? Yeah, so because we're in the pre-patch, well, the pre-patch, like we don't even have TBC announced, it's a great time to make YouTube content. So if there are topics like making gold, prepping for TBC, any of that you'd like to hear my point of view from, my opinion, please let me know. And that's the sort of content that I want to be producing. Things that I'm already kind of thinking of is covering what happened with me and leveling in the Burning Crusade, how we were able to level so quickly, and kind of like doing a debrief, how the guild that I was playing in, we were the first to clear Nightbane, Mag and Gruul first. We weren't the first to do any of them individually, but as all 3 of those, I suppose, end game bosses, we were the first. So being able to cover what went right, what went wrong, the classes that were most important, the damage meters, the healing, and covering all of that, because I reckon that lots of people are wanting to hit TBC running, hit the ground running, and what classes are best to be playing. I have thoughts on all of that, and I suppose I just need to get them into succinct YouTube videos, and I think people would enjoy watching them. But yeah, if there's any other info that you'd like, let me know, like gold making as well, because on private servers, like, it's so funny how on private servers the gold buying seems to be so much less prevalent than on Blizzard servers. And I've played so many private servers and had to make all the gold myself, and I've got lots of tricks and tips on how to do all of that. Because it's so funny, like I'm just talking about the economy more broadly as well. I know that some people I've seen some YouTube videos with people sharing their opinions on what Blizzard could do with Classic Plus, and what to do about the botting, and all that sort of situation. They're all very interesting topics to me. So if they're the sort of things that you'd like to hear my point of view from, the comment section is there. I'll read them all, and hopefully we can get some more YouTube content on the way. Lots more streaming content, raiding content once TBC starts, because I don't feel the need to do really any pre-TBC raiding, like no level 60 raiding, because once pre-patch comes, I'll be leveling Paladin or Paladins, and trying not to get reported for being AFK in BGs and get rank 14 gear. I'd much rather be leveling characters right now than doing AQ 40, for example. Yes, I could get Badge of the Swarm Guard from AQ 40, but also the chance is low, and it's way more important, well, for me at least, to just get more characters ready to go into TBC than it is to get like one stat character, and then all of a sudden, the guild doesn't particularly need the class that I've played, and I've got Badge of the Swarm Guard on. So what do I do? It's like, well, if I've got every character level 60, I can just be the ultimate flex player and jump on whatever we need. I'll be playing Shaman then. But again, like, that's we'll see. Hopefully I'm not playing Shaman. Hopefully I'm not playing Shaman. But definitely one of my ults will be a Shaman. I've already got a 60 Shaman. It's rank 11. I don't think I'll be farming in the pre-patch the rank 14 gear on a Shaman. But once I get myself established on a main and maybe an ult, then see if there are any slave pens or Shadow Labs boosting going on. If not, I'll just have to level them the old-fashioned way, get a few characters ready, get them all their pre-raid gear, and hop into Kara's with hopefully guildies or known quantities. Because it's so annoying when, for example, a pug is looking for, I don't know, Shadow Priest or Moonkin or something a bit niche, and you whisper them and you say, yo, I'm a Shadow Priest, I'm ready to go to Kara, let's go. And they look at your gear or look at your logs and it's like, I've not done Kara yet on this character, I've got blues and I don't have epics, and you get declined. And it's like, well, but then in that pugging situation you just need to like link the logs of your main and stuff. But it is always funny, isn't it, the way that you get declined when you're literally looking for a Shadow Priest. I'm literally a Shadow Priest, but his friend or the raid leader is a Warlock, and it's like they just don't want someone to be rolling on Prince Malchezaar dagger with them or something, But anyway, that's maybe a topic for another YouTube video. How to I'm getting YouTube ideas all in my mind. Like speaking of the Prince Malchezaar dagger, like one of the people who should be getting priority on that IMO is Elemental Shaman, because outside of PvP weapons, the next upgrade for them is the mace from Hyjal Trash. So you have to wait until tier 6 trash farming, basically, or tier 6, to get an upgrade outside of PvP weapons. So that's kind of insane. So thinking about gear distribution as well. And in classic TBC, I played a lot of different classes. I had 7 level 70s. 2 of them were warriors in classic TBC. And in private server, I've fleshed out the roster of characters that I have. So almost every spec I've played. I haven't played Enhancement Shaman, and I haven't played Ret Paladin. So everything else, I haven't really played Fire Mage. I haven't raided as Affliction or Demonology. But I think that's it. And they're a bit niche kind of roles. Anyway, and also they don't deviate that much from the cookie cutter specs that I have played. So I have thoughts, I have opinions, I have experience, and one of the things that kind of stops me from doing that is like when I am talking prot warrior stuff or raid leading broadly, I feel confident to do so. But when it comes to classes like, for example, Warlock, I played a Warlock was kind of my main, I suppose you could say, for Black Temple and Sunwell in TBC Classic. And, I don't feel like I'm an authority to talk about Warlock, yet I've played it a fair bit. And I do think I have, reasonable information I can share regarding Warlock. But because I feel like I have a wealth more experience playing Warrior, particularly Protection Warrior, I feel like I shouldn't be the one to give that information. But I suppose I just need to bite the bullet on that one and just throw out the content there, because there's lots of people who do throw out content onto YouTube who don't always get it right, or they're just sharing their opinion, and it's exactly that, their opinion. Like for example, I've been boosting characters on my mage recently, doing Scarlet Monastery and all the other dungeons and things, and it's like, okay, well, here's the guide that I followed, or the couple of videos that I've looked on at YouTube, and you can kind of like refine them and do them better than they show you on the YouTube video. And it's like, okay, well, should I maybe make my own mage boosting video, knowing that I've improved on the lessons learned from this video? I don't know. Like, I don't feel like mage boosting is my place, but again, maybe I need to bite the bullet and just make some content, knowing that it's definitely not the worst kind of take on YouTube that you can find. Okay, so I've ranted for, I think, long enough. 20 minutes. I think that's good enough. So yeah, any thoughts, comments, suggestions for the YouTube channel or for Twitch stream, let me know in the comments and I'll read them all. And hopefully there'll be another YouTube video very soon. So yeah, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.